Voting underway for 71 Assembly constituencies for the first phase of Bihar election. Over 46% voting recorded till 3 p.m. Election Commission makes elaborate arrangements for free, fair and safe election during the COVID-19 pandemic. Campaigning peaks for remaining rounds of polls in Bihar. PM Modi addresses a series of rallies in Darbhanga and Muzaffarpur and Patna, says people have resolved to bring back Chief Minister Nitish Kumar. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi is also campaigning for the second phase of polls. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh addresses Army Commanders Conference in New Delhi, says government is committed to provide all possible support to armed forces. Says the country is extremely proud of the bravery shown by Army in the current security scenario. Major success to investigative agencies in the multi-crore Kerala gold scam. ED takes into custody M. Shiv Shankar, former Principal Secretary to Kerala Chief Minister. High Court rejects his bail plea. India's fight with COVID-19 continues. Continuous decline in average daily COVID-19 cases for the past 5 weeks. The recovery rate rises above 90%. Government extends guidelines for reopening up to the 30th of November. Flights between Bangladesh and India resume from today under the air bubble arrangement. 3 Bangladeshi airlines to initially operate 28 flights a week, 5 Indian carriers to run 28 flights a week. Schedule for Australia tour for Indian cricket team announced. Adelaide to host a day and night test. A crowd of 25,000 expected in Melbourne's Boxing Day test. Hello and welcome. You're watching DD India with me, Munman Bhattacharya. Let's begin with news coming from Bihar, where the first phase of polling for the assembly polls is underway. Polling is underway for the first phase of Bihar Assembly elections in 71 constituencies spread over 16 districts. So voting began at 7 in the morning and it will be held till 6 p.m. 35 out of 71 constituencies are Naxal-affected areas where voting is being held in a staggered manner. Additional security forces have been deployed in Naxal-infested areas to ensure free and fair polling. This is the first election being held amid COVID-19 pandemic in the country. Over 2.14 crore voters will exercise their franchise and decide the political fate of 1,066 candidates. 114 women and 406 independent candidates are in the fray. In NDA, BJP is contesting on 29 seats, JDU on 35 and Hindustani Awam Morcha or HUM on 6 seats in this phase. The Vikashsheel Insan Party has fielded 1 candidate. Among the Grand Alliance partners, RJD is contesting on 42 seats, whereas Congress has fielded 21 candidates. 8 candidates have been fielded by CPI-ML. Besides, LJP has fielded 42 candidates and RLSP on 43 and BSP on 27 seats. Campaigning for the second phase of Bihar Assembly elections is in full swing. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed an election rally at Raj Maidan in Darbhanga. Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar was present on the occasion. Slamming the opposition, PM Modi said that the people of Bihar have decided to once again defeat those who robbed Bihar. PM Modi said that Mithilanchal will get world-class medical care at AIIMS in Darbhanga. He said people will not only get better health facilities, but medical seats for students will also increase.
दरभंगा में एम्स बनने से मिथिलांचल को बहुत बड़ी सुविधा मिलेगी। दरभंगा एम्स के लिए 1200 करोड़ रुपए से ज्यादा मंजूर किए गए हैं। एम्स बनने से यहां के लोगों को बेहतर स्वास्थ्य सुविधाएं तो मिलेगी ही, मेडिकल की पढ़ाई की सीटें भी बढ़ेगी।
Bihar CM Nitish Kumar spoke on how special trains were arranged for migrant laborers.
हमारे राज्य के जो लोग दूसरे जगहों पर काम करते थे, उनको लौटकर अपने राज्यों में जाने के लिए और खास करके बिहार के लिए विशेष ट्रेनों का इंतजाम किया गया और बड़ी संख्या में लोग आए। और यही नहीं, जो सारे राशन कार्ड धारियों को जो पीडीएस के अतिरिक्त यानी अप्रैल से ही शुरू हो गया है और पूरे नवंबर तक प्रति व्यक्ति 5 किलो अनाज और हर परिवार में 1 किलो दाल या चना का जो आयोजन किया गया है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi's second rally of the day was in Muzaffarpur. He began by reiterating that people must vote to ensure Bihar gets a government that puts development and good governance first.
मुजफ्फरपुर की धरती हिल जानी चाहिए। भारत माता की, भारत माता की।
1 लाख करोड़ रुपए का स्पेशल फंड बनाया गया है। लेकिन भाइयों और बहनों, याद रखिए, वो दल जिन्होंने बिहार को अराजकता दी, कुशासन दिया, वो फिर से मौका खोज रहे हैं। जिन्होंने बिहार के नौजवानों को गरीबी और पलायन दिया, सिर्फ अपने परिवार को हजारों करोड़ का मालिक बना दिया, वो फिर मौके की तलाश में है, मौका चाहते हैं।
In a veiled reference to RJD's Tejasvi, PM said that it isn't the time to trust those who lack experience and make promises in the air. PM Modi presented Nitish Kumar as the leader who brought Bihar out of the black days of Jangal Raj. He said that the youth, women farmers and entrepreneurs in Bihar have massive potential. Every district, every village in the state has something unique to offer. PM gave the example of lychee and mango farming as well as bangle making industry in Muzaffarpur. He said that the NDA government's emphasis on infrastructure development has proved to be a boon for such entrepreneurs and the people of Bihar. He hit out at the opposition who only make hollow promises, he said.
स्वामित्व योजना से अब तक करीब करीब 1 लाख लोगों को स्वामित्व का कार्ड दिया गया है और इस स्वामित्व के कार्ड से उनको वो अधिकार मिला है जिससे वो अगर घर से कहीं बाहर जाना है तो चिंता नहीं रहती है कि कोई आकर के घर का कब्जा कर लेगा, कोई घर में घुस जाएगा। अब उनको विश्वास रहता है कि अब उनके पास कागज होने के कारण, ये अधिकृत सरकारी दस्तावेज होने के कारण वे अपने तरीके से बैंक से लोन भी ले सकते हैं।
Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh has said that the government is committed to facilitate the army in their forward movement on the road to reform and will help them in achieving advantages in all areas. Addressing the Army Commanders Conference in New Delhi today, he said the initiatives undertaken by the Indian Army in the current security environment makes him proud. Rajnath Singh asserted that the government will leave no stone unturned to strengthen the armed forces. In a tweet, he said, and I quote, The Indian Army has been successful in addressing several challenges to the security and sovereignty of the country since independence. Raksha Mantri added that the Army has played a significant role in neutralizing threats of terrorism, insurgency or external attacks. He further tweeted saying that the Ministry of Defence is committed to facilitate the Army in their forward movement on road to reform and help them in achieving advantages in all areas. We will leave no stone unturned to strengthen the arms of our armed forces, he said. And now an update on the COVID-19 situation from across the country. India has achieved a significant milestone in its fight against COVID as the national recovery rate has reached 90.85%. 58,439 patients recovered in the last 24 hours. With this, the total number of recovered patients reached 72,59,509. The active caseload of the country also keeps decreasing and stands presently below 8%. The total active cases in the country stand at 6,10,803. Active cases comprise merely 7.64% of the total reported cases. Signifying a landmark achievement, India has registered continuous decline in the average daily new COVID-19 cases over the past 5 weeks. As per data tweeted by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, this brings into focus the efficacy of the test, track, trace, treat technology strategy being effectively implemented by the states and UTs under the guidance of the Union Health Ministry. The Director General of Civil Aviation, DGCA, has said that international scheduled commercial passenger flights from India will remain suspended until the 30th of November. However, international cargo flights and passenger flights approved by the government will continue to remain operational. The civil aviation regulator said international scheduled flights may be allowed on select routes on case-to-case basis. Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan inaugurated state-of-the-art medical equipments at AIIMS Bhatinda. On the occasion, Union Health Minister said that AIIMS Bhatinda would cater to better health facilities for the people of Punjab. He said that the Union government will give all possible assistance to Punjab for improvement of health facilities in the state.
किस तक सारी बिल्डिंग्स को कंप्लीट करें और अभी मैं जब रिव्यू कर रहा था तो मैं देख रहा था कि अभी बहुत सारी जो हमारी फैसिलिटीज़ हैं, चाहे वो आयुष का ब्लॉक हो, ओपीडी का ब्लॉक हो, डायग्नोस्टिक ब्लॉक हो, गेस्ट हाउस हो, डायरेक्टर्स रेजिडेंस और दूसरी चीज़ें, ये सारी की सारी चीज़ें हमारी हो चुकी हैं। लगभग 70% जो है काम हमारा पूरा हो चुका है। भारत सरकार की तरफ से 563 करोड़ रुपया इस काम के लिए ऑलरेडी रिलीज़ हो चुका है और आने वाली जो सुविधाएं हैं, ये सारी की सारी बची हुई सुविधाएं भी हम अगले 6 महीने के अंदर इनको पूरा करने वाले हैं।
And Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh is laying the foundation stone for a number of development projects in Lucknow through video conferencing. Let's go across live there.
नगर निगम द्वारा यह शिलान्यास का कार्यक्रम हो रहा है, तो सचमुच इस समय बहुत ही भारी मन से इस कार्यक्रम में मैं सम्मिलित हुआ हूं, क्योंकि आप सबको भी जानकारी है कि हमारे 2 पार्षद वीरेंद्र कुमार वीरू और रमेश कपूर बाबा बहुत ही सक्रिय और प्रभावी भूमिका निभाने वाले यह पार्षद थे। वह कोरोना के कारण हमारे बीच अब नहीं रहे। मुझे जानकारी प्राप्त हुई है कि हमारे नगर निगम के कुछ कर्मचारी भी इस कोरोना के संकट के कारण दिवंगत हुए हैं। मुझे बतलाया गया है कि राजकुमार, कमल कुमार वर्मा, कविता, राम गोपाल और गोमती ऐसे 5 हमारे नगर निगम के कर्मचारी भी नहीं रहे। मैं सभी के प्रति अपनी श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करता हूं और उनकी स्मृति को नमन करता हूं। आज के इस कार्यक्रम में लखनऊ नगर निगम द्वारा 51 करोड़ रुपए की लागत से 176 काम या तो शुरू किए जा रहे हैं या फिर उसका शिलान्यास हो रहा है। इन विकास कार्यों को कराने में 14वें वित्त आयोग द्वारा लखनऊ नगर निगम को अवमुक्त की गई 123 करोड़ 97 लाख रुपए की धनराशि, जैसा मुझे बतलाया गया है, उसकी एक अहम भूमिका है। और यह सारी की सारी धनराशि लखनऊ में नाला, नाली, सड़क, खड़ंजा, फुटपाथ निर्माण जैसे बुनियादी कार्यों के लिए ही खर्च होनी है। और जिन 176 कार्यों का काम आज शुरू हो रहा है उसके लिए 51 करोड़ रुपए स्वीकृत हो गए हैं, जैसा महापौर जी ने बतलाया है। इन निर्माण कार्यों से जहां लखनऊ में जल भराव की मुसीबत से छुटकारा मिलेगा, वहीं क्षेत्रीय जनता के आने जाने में भी काफ़ी सहूलियत होगी। साथियों, इन 176 कामों का स्केल और साइज भले ही बड़ा न हो, मगर जितनी अहम भूमिका इस तरह के बेसिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की होती है उसे नजरअंदाज नहीं किया जा सकता। और एक आम नागरिक के लिए सड़क, खड़ंजा, फुटपाथ, नाला और नाली जैसी समस्याओं का जब समाधान किया जाता है तो आप यह मानिए कि शहर की आधी मुसीबत अपने आप ही कम हो जाती है। जहां तक लखनऊ का सवाल है, लखनऊ उत्तर प्रदेश ही नहीं, भारत की सबसे तेजी से विकसित हो रहे शहरों में से एक है। और इस रफ्तार पकड़ते शहर के लिए जहां बड़े इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की जरूरत है, वहां स्मॉल एवं बेसिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को भी डेवलप करने की जरूरत है। और मैं मानता हूं कि लखनऊ के लिए बिग इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पर जहां करीब 28,000 करोड़ रुपए की कुल परियोजनाओं पर काम चल रहा है, उससे आप बखूबी वाकिफ हैं। कुछ दिनों पहले 2 नए बने ओवरब्रिज का उद्घाटन हुआ है और मुझे बतलाया गया है कि अब तीसरे ओवरब्रिज का काम भी अंतिम चरण में चल रहा है। हैदरगंज तिराहे से नक्खास पाटा नाला होते हुए बड़े इमामबाड़े के समीप फूल मंडी तक 110 करोड़ रुपए की लागत से 2.5 किलोमीटर लंबे इस 2 लेन के फ्लाईओवर का निर्माण मुझे बतलाया गया है कि 90% से अधिक पूरा हो चुका है और दिसंबर माह में इसका भी लोकार्पण किया जाएगा। मैं लखनऊ की जनता को जानकारी देना चाहता हूं और इसके लोकार्पण के बाद पश्चिम एवं उत्तर विधानसभा क्षेत्र तथा आसपास के समस्त भीड़ भाड़ वाले इलाके जाम मुक्त हो जाएंगे और आर्थिक उन्नति तथा स्थानीय लोगों को एक समृद्ध जीवन यापन की भी अनुभूति होगी, ऐसा मेरा विश्वास है। साथियों, दिसंबर माह में ही किसान पथ चलने लगेगा, जिसके फलस्वरूप पूर्वी एवं बीकेटी विधानसभा क्षेत्र और विशेष रूप से हाई कोर्ट से चिन्हट और इंदिरा कैनाल तक मार्ग जाम मुक्त हो जाएंगे। लखनऊ को वेयर हाउसिंग और लॉजिस्टिक्स हब बनाने की दृष्टि से सभी बाहर जाने वाले हाईवे 4 और 6 लेन के बनाए गए और इस कड़ी में लखनऊ सुल्तानपुर रोड 127 किलोमीटर 4 लेन हाईवे का 3300 करोड़ रुपए की लागत से निर्माण पूरा किया जा चुका है। आउटर रिंग रोड और हाईवे विस्तार के साथ ही रेल ट्रैफिक को सुविधाजनक बनाने हेतु इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर विस्तार की कार्य योजना भी इस समय प्रगति पर है। 1800 करोड़ रुपए की लागत से गोमती नगर रेलवे टर्मिनस का निर्माण विभूति खंड साइड में स्टेशन बिल्डिंग के साथ किया जा रहा है।
So, Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh was speaking on the occasion of inauguration or laying the foundation stone of 176 development projects in Lucknow. He said that developing small infrastructure is as important as developing big infrastructure, and most of these projects relate to construction of drains, roads, etc. in Lucknow. So, that was about the inauguration that is happening as we speak. And now let's go across to Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, who is delivering the keynote address at TechSparks 2020.
In extending liquidity required for such enterprises are being done, but I think I will derive more from hearing from all of you all. Thank you, Shraddha. Thank you, your story, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. And I have to tell here to everyone watching is, we spoke, I don't know if you remember, but we spoke when the first lockdown began, and I know how tirelessly then everyone in the country was looking up to the government, how tirelessly you were working, and then also you took the opportunity and then you came and spoke to us and assured us that the government is looking at the MSME and the different stakeholders in the country. So thank you Madam, I want to say that, as young people in this country, it's easy to sometimes see what is not happening, but I know how much the government is doing. And it's so important as entrepreneurs for us to get this support and this voice, that Atmanirbhar Bharat, where we have to have pride in our own selves and in what we are doing. So thank you so much, and a huge fan of yours, and thank you for coming and talking to all the young people today.
So that was Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman delivering the keynote address at TechSparks 2020. Meanwhile, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman participated in the first session on global responses to coronavirus during the 10th India-UK Economic and Financial Dialogue through video conferencing in New Delhi. Addressing the meeting, the Finance Minister said that India-UK economic ties are important, as together they are two of the world's top 7 economies with a combined GDP of over $5 trillion. She said that this session on sharing of experiences on coronavirus response, domestic priorities and policies for economic recovery shall help both countries refine their policies and help in learning to ensure better outcomes. In session 2 on financial services and collaborations during the 10th India-UK Economic and Financial Dialogue, the Finance Minister said that India has joined as a signatory to UK's Raising Ambition for Climate Adaptation and Resilience. United Kingdom's Chancellor of Exchequer Rishi Sunak conveyed to the Finance Minister that he appreciated India becoming the second largest PPE manufacturer in the world. The air connectivity between Bangladesh and India resumed this morning with 2 flights leaving Dhaka under the air bubble arrangement between the two countries. The service was inaugurated at the Hazrat Shah Jalal Airport in Dhaka by the High Commissioner of India in Bangladesh, Vikram Doraiswamy, and the Chairman of the Civil Aviation Authority of Bangladesh, Air Vice Marshal Mafidur Rahman. The first 2 flights operated by the US Bangla Airlines left for Kolkata and Chennai from Dhaka this morning. The opening of the flights has come as a big relief to people travelling between the two countries. It has been welcomed especially by the people who needed urgent medical support in India. Thanking the Civil Aviation Ministry for the start of the air bubble service, High Commissioner Vikram Doraiswamy said that it will be especially useful for people with medical requirements. He said the services will help in strengthening people-to-people contact between the two countries. In sports news, with 1 point from its opening 2 games, Real Madrid is facing another fight to preserve its proud record of qualifying for the knockout stage in all of its seasons in the Champions League. Heading into the 87th minute against Borussia Mönchengladbach, Madrid was losing 2-0 and on course for 4 straight losses in the Champions League for the first time. However, goals by Karim Benzema and then Casemiro in the 3rd minute of stoppage time rescued a 2-2 draw for the Spanish champions, who opened with a 3-2 loss at home to Shakhtar Donetsk last week. That's it then in this edition of the news, but do remember to be part of DD News's Mask Up India campaign and keep your mask with you whenever you move out, not just in your hands, not just in your pocket, but on your face. So keep your mask up, India. Thanks for watching. Stay healthy. Namaskar.